Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in my lab. I do what I do for you. I'm in the book, and I'm cherry picking lessons, so I'm picking the good ones. This is going to be another good one. All right thinkers, let's do what we do. I got you. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking, mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. You're a right thinker. Your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I'll help you with that. Yeah, I got you. Excuse me. Right thinkers, did that already. Know thyself. A person who knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock, here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to Mayat, be true. You will see your boy get a little perturbed and upset because this what really just gets to me and I can't get over this, so I'm going to be a little personally upset. So I'm going to get my little rant indirectly on, but still teaching purposes. I just want to make my point from my perspective. Right thinkers, let's talk about ancient Commissioned Egyptian names and the Greek names. They said ancient. I don't call them ancient, but let's start the lesson. It is important that you understand that the name of the ancient Egyptian divinities, which have been used widely in Western literature and even by the Western scholars, they are actually Greek interpretations of the Commission's ancient Egyptians' names. We have, this is the table right here. On the first side, you see the Egyptians. That's there. That's these gods. Then you got the Greek gods. I did the reverse. I learned about these guys. Didn't know who they was. Didn't know nothing about them. How could that be? I could learn about them and not know about them. That's my issue I got with my Greek teachers and philosophers, my professors who was teaching me Greek mythology. Not once did they take me to Egypt. But let me get to this rest, and that's why I got a personal thing with that. My degree in Greek philosophy, and moving on, I just got a personal thing with that. I got to get past it and move on. My eyes getting dusty. All right. Western scholars are actually giving you what Greek interpretation of commission concepts, all right? And in keeping with the spirit of our culture, of the commissions, which that's what we call ourselves, not Egyptians, commission spirituality. That's what we did. In this volume, I will use the commission names for the divinity. I know them. I hate using the Greek names. I got to break it down, explain it to you every time I go, and this is what and why. Now, through which we will bring forth the philosophy of Netarianism, aka ancient Egyptian religion and myth. That's what it was related to. That's what it was based on. So therefore, the Greek names Osiris will be converted back to, I know it to be the Cometian ancient Egyptian Asar. The Greek name Isis will be back to Aset. I know them that way, and when I'm reading it, I just change the name automatically. So I've been doing that the whole time. The Greek Nephthys will be changed back to Nephthhat. Anubis, I like the name, but his real name is Ampu or Ampuat. Okay? Hathor, that's really Hethadu. If you don't know this, you don't know who is who and what's what. They call Thoth or Hermes Tahuti. Call him Tahuti. The Greeks call him Thoth or Hermes, Transmigrissus, thrice great. But the Romans call him Mercury. So everybody got a concept, an idea for the same person with a different name. But I'm going to break down all your Greek gods. They didn't create nothing. They didn't make nothing. They just piggybacked off of our stuff. I'm going to make that point when I get there. And they changed, first of all, they changed the name so they can piggyback without nobody really catching on to it, because every time you look up, it's what the Greek this, the Greek that. Damn the Greek. Excuse me. So I get personal, etc. See where I'm going with this? I'm going to give you all the breakdown of the names and show you how the Greek just mimic them. The Greek Nephthys will be back to Nephthys. Yeah. And you'll see on this table below, I'm about to show you, further, the term ancient Egypt will be used interchangeable with Kemet, okay? Or what further back, Tamari. We even call Akibala further back. But we still riding the name that the Greeks called us, which is Egyptian. Egypt means burnt face. I know that much from the Greek philosophy. That's all they said about Egypt, burnt face. Egyptians mean burnt face. So that's all I got from them. When I went to Egypt, I'll get to that in 1 second. But those are the names that they call themselves. Now, as these were the terms used, the names by the ancient Egyptians, again, they still call them Egyptians, the ancient Cometians, to refer to what? Their land and their culture. Okay? The table below provides a listing of the corresponding names of the main Cometian divinities. It's very canny that they got the same amount of guys we got. Different personas, different. But watch this, and I'm going to break it down because I know the Greek gods, and I know the Egyptian gods are really what? Concepts, principles. I know that. They make them into human beings. They make them to people. We gave Amun. We call him the hidden one. When you study Netherism, break that down for you too. But all our gods was principle, and he had the ram head. Why? Because he was in Aries, the ram-headed god. And all the gods had symbolically understanding either the zodiac to that degree or the animal, the gift that the animal had. They use anthropomorphism, okay, to teach. But it was all for teaching purposes, and when it's misunderstood, the teaching, which was by the Greeks and the Romans, they try to make him literal. And watch this. We know Amun, it means hidden. Greeks got Zeus. Zeus, thunderbolt man, okay, lived up on the wherever, okay, and he wasn't a good God. If God is all knowing, all good, God's good, what? All the time. All the time, what? God is good. Zeus don't fit that bill. But again, mythology. So he didn't have to. He just had to be revered and respected for all this stuff. He had sex outside his marriage. He had kids outside the marriage. Okay, he wasn't a good dude. Amun, altogether different. So they didn't do the same thing. They just stole the concept and put it so they could use it their way. Now, Ra. Remember, Amen, Ra, Ptah, the Trinity of God. The Greeks got Zeus, and Helios. He rides a golden chariot with the fire, representing what? The sun. Ptah. They got the guy called Hephaestus. Okay? Now, he was the one who what? Brought us fire. He stole fire and brought it, gave it to man. And God punished him for that. Okay? Zeus. Okay? Again, these guys humanized God. Okay, first of all, the Greeks humanized all the gods, made them human. Watch this. I'm gonna show you. Now, Amen, Amun. At every prayer you say Amen, you represent him, the high God, the hidden one that's in everything. It makes common sense. Okay, understand it. Ra, visibility, which is the sun, put there by who? By Amun, the hidden one. He's hidden, but now he's visible. You can see Ptah is him in the flesh, where matter and spirit becomes human. That's Ptah, the third aspect of the Trinity of God. We break that down I'm trying to show you we had reason and purpose for the gods. They principles and concepts. They're not human. They're not real people. We gave them identity so that we could study them. The Greeks took and made them real people. Okay? Humanized them. New. Ain't human. She's a lady, star decked over her body, standing over. She represents what? Heaven. Geb represents earth. That's as human as they get. They elements. We gave them that so that we can, again, study and understand them. The Greeks, they got Rhea, represents their heaven, God. And they got Khonsu. Okay, they got Cronus. We got Khonsu. Cronus represents Geb. Nut represents the heaven. Rhea and Kronos represents the same thing from the Greek mythology. Now, you got Net. I told y'all who Net was. There's our warrior god. Her thing is she got arrow, shield, and a bow and arrow. Okay, and 2 arrows in the shield. She represents what? War against who? Ignorance. Anything that's against divinity, she will kill. And she's the original what? Bullseye. When she let the arrow go, she hits a mark. So they use Cupid, but the concept, Net represents that. Athena is the warrior god. Okay, we got Khonsu, which is the son of Amun and Mut. He represents the moon god at night. He watches over. The story goes that when Nut was pregnant with her kid, Ra got mad, told her she couldn't give birth. We had 360 days in the year. Tahuti gambled with Khonsu and won 5 days so he can get time for Nut to have a baby, the 5 kids. The etymological days, meaning it's a festival day. Those are 5 festival days that go with the 360. Those are added days. So again, more understanding from my side with the Egyptians. I don't even give a crap about the Greeks. I understand that. They was all full of crap. Watch this. Now, we got Khonsu, this moon god, explained to you who he was, and he lost time to Tahuti, so 5 extra days so that the kids could be born. They got Hercules. Okay, the 12 labors of Hercules, we know about him, but we got Set, which represents the ego. Set is not a real person. We made him that unique square-eared animal like the aardvark, all that. We gave him that identity uniquely, so one of a kind, because it represents the ego. He's impotent. He can't produce nothing. Why? The ego can't produce nothing. So we had it all symbolically understood. The Greeks misunderstood that. They got what they got called Ares or Typhon. Ares is the warrior god. All he wanted to do is fight. That's all he wanted to do. He's a warrior god. No, that was Achilles, excuse me. Ares is also another fighter. But Typhon, okay, these are bad guys. Set represents bad. Y'all call him Satan now. Same thing, but change the concepts from ours to theirs to make it work. Now you got Bast. Bastet was the evil cat when she was on the prowl. When she became Bast, she's a domestic homemade cat. Okay, changed her whole thing to become nice again, mild-mannered. They got Artemis, which is the female goddess in Greek. Then we got Uja, the eye, right? The Cobra Uranus. Okay, we got Ujat, that's God's third eye represented. They got Leto, that's the green serpent from the Greeks. Okay, then you got Asar. Our name is Asar. The Greeks call him Osiris, or Hades. Greek story, Hades is the devil, he runs hell. Nobody wants Hades, he's a bad guy. Asar, he's the what? King of the underworld, so to speak. Why? You got to come through him. You got to pass the test, even to get there. Aset, which is they call Isis, or the Greeks got Demeter. She wants to control the weather. 6 months, you got daylight, 6 months darkness, or cold and hot, whatever, because when Hades came and snatched the deal, she made a deal with Hades. All mythological stories, good stories, lesson teachers. I get it. The whole point about the story is the plot. But the story that we taught, the original story, was laid out and have all purpose and reason. I'm watching people take principles. You see me doing Maya, okay? I know Maya is a principle. I can practice and live by it. She ain't a person for real, but they make it. Tahuti is how you think, God's mind. They make him the ibis head bird. Why? Because that's a quality that ibis bird had that we can understand and philosophically. Yeah, he ain't a real person. Some people making them real people. I keep seeing that. It's funny to me. Now let's get to, I'm almost done. I see here where you got Nephet, the twin to Aset, right? Nephet and Aset stay together, twins. Serpents, that's them. Okay, they join together, so they can't go nowhere. They're always together, okay? You see me doing that? That's them going up the spine of Asar. And that's the Caduceus. But now they call it Nephthys, okay? Nephthys, from the Greek side, a whole different person, different storyteller. Now you got discernment. The guy at the embalming, they call him the embalmer, he's Anpu or Anpuat. We know him as Anubis, the jackal-headed god at embalming. I just call him Anubis again. When you start to understand, you see what, man, they play this game. Play the game, really, and we really ain't good at understanding the game. So I try to break that down for you so you can understand who is who, because they do that to cause what? Confusion. But if you study and understand it, you can break it down like I'm doing now. Now, they got Het Hadu. Who the hell is that? Het Hadu means house, live in your own house of spirit, but it's the female aspect of Hadu, spirit that's in me and you, from a female aspect. They call her Hathor, Aphrodite. The beautiful one, the great, all that good, change the whole perspective, okay? Haru, the male aspect, the son of Asar, the spirit that's in us. They call him Horus or Apollo. Who the hell is them? Again, Greek gods, sons of the god, all that good stuff, yeah. Tahuti, spelled with the D, Jehuti. Tahuti. I hear people, the people who do these shows and there, y'all should pre-practice. When they call Newt, N-U-T, nut, drives me crazy. When they call Tahuti, whatever they put the D, like the Django, the Jehuti, no, the D is solid. I'm like, my man, well, Knife, take the K off. We don't want me to read it, take it off. But yeah, it's Tahuti, all right? But I tell you, we made the deal with the Chinese. Our D sound like a T. They T sound like a D. Don't ask me, I ain't got time for it. Let me wrap this up. I see the clock. All right, I got a few things to do. Now, Tahuti is there. They call him Thoth or Hermes. Hermes Trismegistus. That means thrice great. What the hell? What? See, I understand what it means. It means we have 3 stages of consciousness. And when your mind, which is Tahuti, when it's on point on all 3 phases, waking, conscious, and unconscious, or waking, sleep, and deep sleep, you still have what? Your wherewithal, and that's Tahuti, your thought process, your lucid dream, you conscious of right and wrong. When you wake, you're conscious, you're functioning, you're aware. All those is qualities that you can mimic in practice. So they're not real people. Maya, my favorite. She represents the pedestal. She represents straight, fairness, reciprocity, everything that's divine and good, because the story goes, when Ra came out of the noon was chaotic. A whole bunch of stuff can go, a whole lot of stuff could happen, potential, okay? But what he needed, I need order. Maya, take care of that. Hence, we have duality and order. That's choice. Okay? You can do this, you can do that. That's Maya. And the Greeks had what they call Astrea or Thymus. That's lady keep track of time. Or you see lady with the scales, the unbalanced scale. Their scales are like this. My scales is like this. Okay, big difference. So, and she got a sword in her hand. Homie didn't play that. Maya don't need no sword. We got people for that. Don't worry about it. And last but not least, they got what they call Nemesis. Okay, Nemesis. That's the goddess, Greek goddess. But we got Sekhmet. Sekhmet is, I just did a lesson with you a few books ago, serpent power. She's the female aspect of Ra. She's what's defined as a woman scorned. She came here to do work. She represents what? The female aspect of Tahuti, okay? She's the female aspect. That's who, not Tahuti, Ptah. That's his wife, okay? Sekhmet, the mother of her son, was Nefertum, okay, the beautiful one. And Ptah is the father. But this is all our God aspects that we put into perspective to teach and understand. When the thieves came and stole our knowledge and repackaged it, they rearranged and restructured everything. It ain't no longer ours. They knew that. And whatever was ours, they renamed it so that what? To cause the confusion. I go by all our commission's names. Why? Because I know them all. And unless you study them, it can be confusing. Well, I thought the name was this. You said the name was that. Yeah, that's very confusing. They did it for a reason. I'm going to close out with, let me show you something right quick. This is the page to show you 4 different aspects of man that the Egyptians knew about. Okay, let me break it down for you right quick. This is what I call a little extra. How about that? This is the kicker. I'll start my lesson after this one. We didn't get to the chapters yet. We're still getting information to set you up. This is called about the ancient Ethiopians, Egyptians, and Indians. They knew the difference between each other. Okay? Right here it says, we're there through the hearers, the myths. Remember, everybody used myth. And with the Greeks, they tell you that it's a myth. But what they did, they stole the information, turned it into myth, but they made it suit their needs. And like I said, they humanized God. Moving on. But the Egyptians concerning the gods, wanderings and dismembering. Remember that all the stories is about tearing up Osiris, the ego doing whatever. But that was all, again, mythological to teach a lesson. And watch this. In many such passions, it says the Egyptians concerning, I'm going to bring out, when therefore through hearest the myths, learning the myths of the Egyptians concerning the gods, wanderings, meaning losing their way, and dismembering ego, tearing up Asar, and many such passions. Think none of these things spoken as they really are in state of inaction. What? For they do not call Hermes, the dog, as a proper name. Watch this. No, but they associate the idea of watching and the waking from sleep, and the animal who by knowing and not knowing determined, that's Anubis, okay? Anpu, the jackal-headed god. He know what? Friend from foe. When I was on the street, I had to know if you were going to buy drugs or trying to lock me up for selling drugs. So I had to make my distinction in a few seconds what I'm dealing with, okay? That was my discernment. I had that a long time ago. Didn't know what it was. I do now, but I always had that. Why? For what I was doing. You need to have that. And knowing friend from foe with the what? The most logos, like of the gods. He was particular and he was on point. That's what they said. That was Plutarch, the great historian, Greek historians. Right here, I got a few more I'm going to read to you. But I want to show you the bottom. I'll get to that 1 second. What do they say? Truly, we don't need to hear that. The Ethiopians and the Egyptians are very black. Understand that. That's Aristotle. Okay, another Greek philosopher who came to learn in Egypt, so he knew that. Now, compared with the Egyptians, the Greeks are childish mathematicians. Let me read that again. Compared to the Egyptians, the Greeks are childish mathematicians. We doing trigonometry, calculus, geometry, and y'all they're still doing an A+. You're doing A's and B's, or what's that? Arithmetic, basic arithmetic, adding, subtraction, multiplying. We done went way past that. That's what he said. And know who said that? Pluto. Okay? Wrapping it up, from recorded by Diodorus, the Greek historians from 100 BCE. It says this: upon their returns back to Greece that they never talk about, they gathered around and asked, "Tell us about those great lands of the blacks," called Ethiopia. And Herodotus said, there are two great Ethiopian nations. One in the sand, which is called India, the Divinians, okay, midway through, they called them, and the other is Egypt. So pretty much all that territory was run by us, blacks. And that was by Diodorus, 100 BCE. From the tomb of Ramses III, I showed you the picture of 4 different kinds. The first one, the 4 branches of mankind, according to the Ethiopians back at that time. A, the first one was a black man with short woolly hair, as seen by themselves. This is how they pictured themselves. B is the Indo-European, white skin, long hair, okay? That's the Indo-European. And then C, you have other Africans, clearly black, again, woolly hair. And Semites, okay? D, which is what? The Middle Eastern ones, those we call the Indians, okay? Dark with the tan skin, but they were what? Look at the hair and the beard, a little different, okay? They didn't have the nappy, kinky hair. Buddha got kinky hair, and he's China. So, yeah, that ethnicity goes, your DNA carries everywhere, and the black man was everywhere. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, but remember, terminology and understanding of what you're talking about, you should be clear on that. I know that all my God and goddesses are aspects of your character that once you learn about them philosophically, you can master oneself. That was the intent. That's the purpose. I know that. That's what I study. That's what I master. I see a whole lot of people teaching, but I ain't got to do with that. I know what I do. Try to enlighten you. That's what I do for you. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. It's going to be a little hoarse. I got to get something to drink. All right. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, I'll take 100 minus that day. So I know that my right thinkers have passed away, knowing they Egyptian gods from the Greek gods. I'll leave it there. Being nice. All right. I'll be right back. I'll get something to drink.